What's happening, friends? My name is Mike. This channel is Health and Wealth. If you're new here, I talk about mostly YieldMax, high income, yielding, distribution paying ETFs, and as well as the hopes and dreams of retiring as soon as humanly possible. Happy Friday to you. You know, I crave a day where Friday doesn't matter, but right now, Friday does. For me personally, I've got a hectic schedule ahead of me. I have my real estate course all weekend for the next 3 weekends. Then it's test time, and then I am done and hopefully getting into real estate as soon as humanly possible. So that's the dream. I want to go ahead and I want to retire from what I do right now. I want to get into real estate because I want to meet some people, help out the community here, and just being a good liaison to the people themselves that need the help. So today's video, back on subject here, we're going to be talking about MicroStrategy. We're going to be talking about MSTY, which is a lot of us has a lot of us excited, and rightfully so. I mean, it's doing incredible, and I want to just go over how it's doing. We're also going to take a look at Bitcoin's price. What is Michael Saylor doing? And we're going to take a look how MSTY did this week with their calls and their synthetic option. Okay, so first of all, I have MicroStrategy open here on the old google.com. MicroStrategy today ended at $396. If you take a look at the last 5 days, up 28%. And it's coming through, right? Like Michael Saylor said, the most volatile stock on the market right now is it's just continually up and down like a yo-yo. MSTY itself also up today, 3% today, or 9% over the last week here. $29.87. Some people might be asking, well, what happened there on the 16th? Well, this is when the distribution was announced and the X distribution date happened. And so you will see that every month with the distribution amount coming out of the fund and being paid to the people. We are the people. Bitcoin itself, huge day, up 4%. That's pretty big for Bitcoin, over the $104,000 mark. If you take a look at the last 6 months here, it's getting towards all-time highs. It is only $2,000 off, almost to the dollar here. So it's definitely going up, that's for sure. And that really helps this MicroStrategy stock go up because Michael Saylor cannot be stopped and will not be stopped. He just keeps buying Bitcoin. So his most recent purchase was on the 12th of January. You can see here on the MicroSaylorTracker.com, MicroStrategy has acquired 2,530 Bitcoin for $243 million at $95,972 per Bitcoin. Michael Saylor has consistently said he does not care how much Bitcoin costs when he buys it. He will be buying at the top forever, he says. So this has achieved a Bitcoin yield of 0.32% year to date. I mean, we're 17 days into this bad boy. And as of January 12th, we hold 450,000 Bitcoin. That's insane. And they've acquired $28.2 billion at an average cost of 62,691%. Now, I don't want to gloat. I'm a recent Bitcoin buyer myself. I now have purchased Bitcoin 5 times. That is within 5 pays. And I put 100 big boy dollars in every single pay. I'm now a proud owner of 0.00032 Bitcoin. Big time holder over here, but in all seriousness, I am building that up just weekly, bi-weekly, sorry. And I'm going to be like Michael Saylor. I'm going to buy at the top forever for the next 5 years, and we're going to see what kind of egg of nest that brings me. Talk to me about your own strategy when it comes to buying Bitcoin. Are you buying Bitcoin? Are you just sticking with Mr. and MSTY, or are you doing all three? This is my Bitcoin play. And so far I've been pretty happy with it. Let's talk about MSTY here this week. They had a good week, not necessarily a good week. So I went ahead and looked at their intraday trades. I noticed that yesterday, that's what this chart is right here, they did a buy to close on their $350 weekly option, and they had to pay $15.85 to do that. Now, just to be clear, that is money out of your pocket. Now, this might be one of those times where I can't really blame YieldMax, but we know I like to blame them, but this time I'm not. They did go pretty far out of the money, it appears, but with the power of Bitcoin, Mr. really did skyrocket, right? 28% it went up this week. That's quite a bit. So 1585. Now we also have another problem here. I'm going to scroll down and you can see that we had a call ending today at $365, right above my head there. That was going to be ending today as well. So again, MicroStrategy ended at 396. So that will be another huge chunk of change to close that option, that weekly option. And so another opportunity lost of not making money, right? So that's the downside of writing options on MSTR, is that you may get blown out of the water once in a while. Now, in terms of their credit call spreads, they also had one here for $460. I was closing today. So MicroStrategy didn't get to that. Now, we're not making money on that credit call spread. It was $95 higher than the weekly call. So in my opinion, way too high. I don't know why we're going so far out. I kind of know why. They want to get that upside, right? Get the upside so that the share price goes up too. But I don't think the strategy is working for them yet, especially when you go $95 away from your original strike price. If you think that MicroStrategy is going to go $95 more, then set the weekly call higher. That's pretty simple, right? If we had to set this thing at $400, we still would have brought in a lucrative premium, and you would have not had to close it or buy to close this option, right? You would have saved money on the 460, so on and so forth. Should we do a yada, yada, yada? Up top here, we have other credit call spreads set for next Friday at $455 and $480. Is it going to go with the Trump bump? You never know, right? You just never know. You never know. We'll find out, won't we? Now, some good news is that the synthetic option is set at $315. So we're quite a bit above that right now at 396. So that's big money for us in our pocket. That's not set to close though until February 21st. So that is over a month away, right? So it still is pretty far away, February 21st. So a lot can happen before then. We can go way up, we can go way down. You just never know. Yeah, but I mean, it's looking good so far, right? That's a huge, huge position. So that could be money in our pocket. Fingers crossed. That's what I'll be thinking about. Hopefully that price stays above 315 so that we can make some synthetic money, and that can pay us a good distribution 4 weeks from now. So I also wanted to share with you some of the lucrative options that were being traded here on MicroStrategy that I think you may find to be pretty interesting. So what I have here is today's options from MicroStrategy. I set it for February 21st, similar to what YieldMax has done with their synthetic option there. And I'll zoom into that so you can see it a little bit better. Give me a moment here. So here we go, $430 strike price. That's set for February 21st. Now, if we were to do that today, it would have brought in $42.15, which is what, $4,200? Now, if you talk about 1,000 of those, that's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of calls. That's a lot of money that you could be bringing in on your calls, your covered calls options there. I looked at the same number yesterday, And this number was 380 was the strike price for the same amount. And I mean, that's just the power of MicroStrategy skyrocketing, within today, going up 8% in just one day. And that's what YieldMax is dealing with. And so, yes, credit call spreads are good, but I feel like they need to be a little bit lower to actually be activated. I would love for somebody to tell me how many times a credit call spread has been a positive impact so far since the strategy's come out. I suspect it hasn't been that many times yet. And I know YieldMax is kind of just feeling this process out, but I feel like we're leaving money on the table. And so, on that note, I did want to talk about the money that has been brought in so far from YieldMax when it comes to MSTY. And so far it's been 10 months of payments, which is it's a brand new baby ETF, and I wouldn't call it a baby because it's over $1 billion in AUM here. So far in that 10 months, it has paid out $29.77. The first day of MSTY coming out, this ETF was worth $21.19. So if you purchased on the first day of this ETF, you've definitely made your money back already in just distributions. On top of that, the current share price is $29.87. So you're up there as well, $8. So you have to be a happy investor. I know I am currently. I've been with MSTY now for 8 months. My total MSTY investment is $4,325. So far in US, I've brought in $1,812. Now that is including the tax that's been taken away from me. Yeah, I've been pretty happy with that so far. It's 41% realized return on capital. I don't know if it's realized because I'm just reinvesting it back into the fund. So I wouldn't call that realized. That might be false advertising. But I do have a closed profit of $800. This is when I wrote a covered call on MSTY, and those shares got called away. I'll go ahead and link that video up top and at the end of the video if you want to see more about that. But I probably won't do that again. And if I do that again, I'm going to set that price far out, maybe around the $40, $42 range. And then, the downside of that is I'm not bringing in a ton of premium, right? But hopefully still get the covered call, or sorry, the distribution at that time. I just wanted to stop in tonight and do a quick video for you. I know we got a ton of MSTY fans out there. I am with you on this. I am also a MSTY fan. Before we get going, I'm not a financial advisor, just some guy on YouTube. Just finished my shift at work, and I wanted to stop in to say hi. So thanks for subscribing. My name is Mike. This channel is Health and Wealth. I hope you have a great weekend. Bye for now.